All right, then let's do one like number 4. So if we look at this, we have a number in front of x squared, that's a. We have a number in front of x, that's b. And we have this number with no x, c. So we're going to set it up the same way. We're going to put c on the top because there's no a. Basically, we're doing c times a, but because a is 1, we're doing 30 times 1, which is still 30. And we're going to put b on the bottom. So negative 11 goes on the bottom. So we need to come up with numbers that multiply to give us 30 and add to give us negative 11. If this number is positive, if the top number is positive, the multiply number is positive, and the bottom number is negative, then we're going to need 2 negatives to multiply to give us a positive. So we're looking for 2 numbers that add to give us negative 11 and multiply to give us 30. Good. Negative 5 and negative 6. 2 negatives multiplied together gives us a positive 30. And then negative 5 plus negative 6 gives us a negative 11. So, good. And then we're going to set up our factors. So x minus 5, x minus 6. A is 1 here, so we're done. If a is 1, we're done. Okay? Done. So I think those ones are pretty easy. So this first row, I think, is, if you can find the factors, it's pretty easy. And then the ones where a is 1 is pretty straightforward. So let's go look at a few that a is not 1. And we're, again, so this bottom row, we didn't talk about this type, so we're just going to skip them. If you want to factor those, that's okay. We're just going to skip those types. Okay, we're just skipping the whole bottom row. 5? Sorry? Number 5? All right. So a is 1 here. So what needs to go on the top here? 144. Good. And what needs to go here in the bottom? Good. The middle number, negative 24. So we need numbers that multiply to give us 144 and add to give us negative 24. Good. Negative 12 and negative 12. Negative 12 times negative 12 gives us positive 144. Negative 12 plus negative 12 gives us negative 24. So then we can set up our factors. We don't have to do anything else because a is 1. So we just set up, these are our 2 factors, and now our trinomial is factored. Okay, let's also do number 6. Number 6 has a 5 in the front. So this is like the 2 harder worksheets that we did. So how are we going to set up this factoring problem? Good. 5 times 8. So the first number times the last number. 5 times 8 at the top. And what goes in the bottom? Good. The middle number, 22, goes at the bottom. Good. What's 5 times 8? 40. So we need to think of numbers that multiply to give us 40 and add to give us 22. Okay, 20 and 2. Oops, I need to write 20 twice. Just 20 and 2. All right, this is the more tricky type of problem. So what do we do next? Yep, so we're going to set up our factors, divide by a, and then simplify. Thanks. So we're going to say, so our variable is x plus 20, but this part is different. We have to divide by a. So factor divided by a. And then x is our variable, x plus 2 divide by 5. And now we're going to simplify, just like you said. We need to simplify. So some of us on our homework forgot to simplify. So make sure you have to simplify before you bring the bottom up. So let's look at this. Can we simplify this? 20 divided by 5. We can. What can we do? What is that? That's just a number, right? Good, 4. 20 divided by 5 is 4. So x plus 4. And then can we simplify this one? Is there anything we can divide out of 2 and divide out of 5? No. So this one's stuck. So the next step after we simplify, we can take the denominator and move it in front of the first x. So we have 5x plus 2. And then this will be our answer. Questions on this type? So I think this is the hardest type of problem on our test, when we have A is not 1. So make sure you know how to do that. Okay, there will be some of those on the test. And it looks like there's 2 more for you to practice. Are you guys okay to go from there? Do you want to do 1 more together? What are you thinking? Okay, I'm gonna let you work on those by yourself. There is a key on Canvas posted for this, so as you're going through, you can check. This one is not worth points. This is just to practice for the test. So again, if you haven't done some of the homework, that would be another way to practice for the test. Okay. We have a lot of time left. We have 55 minutes of class left. So this probably won't take you 55 minutes to get through to practice. So I would do this review, make sure you feel comfortable for the test. Do you guys want a note card for the test? Would that be helpful? So if you want a note card, I'm okay with that. So I'll hand out a note card. You can work on the note card. Then make sure you have all of your assignments in. If you need to finish the last test, I don't know if there's anyone in here who needs to do that, but that would be a good thing to do. And then you could do test corrections on that last test if you're missing any work, or if you have any other classes you need to get your grade up in. So midterms is next Tuesday. So all of your teachers have to post your grade for midterms. So just make sure your grades are where you want them for midterms, especially if you're a senior. They're gonna look and check if you're failing any classes, or if you could fail any classes. If you stopped coming after midterm, they have to give you an F so that your counselor can track if you're gonna be able to graduate or not. So just make sure your grades are up before next Tuesday. Okay. If you do get an F and you're a senior, you can still make it up. That just kind of helps the counselors know who we should talk to. Okay.
And then it should just, right now it's already recording us. Okay. And then there's a microphone going and everything else, and then you'll just hit stop recording.